Alrighty, welcome back to Stationeers. Heading back to Brutality on Venus. And I wanted to tackle the production system today. It is all hooked up, is all ready to go. I wanted to improve upon the ordering system. So I'll pull that up in the background here. So I have the code ready to go. Okay, get in the game. My tomatoes are looking beautiful. The rest of my crops are looking pretty good too. Cocoa's ready. I don't need the cocoa. Ferns have been ready. Okay. Hit the button.
Power low.
I'm tempted to possibly put a... I could probably actually put a chip in here. But I was thinking a wireless battery in my... That's right. In my suit. Just to make sure that it's charged. So we are going to empty the waste tank. Start. 35 megapascals. How are we doing over here? I forget the... How large is this? It's 800 liters, 4 kiloliters, and you are 980. That's 7.5. Okay. That's not quite, but it's almost a perfect mix ratio. That's cool. What are we doing here? Doing great. Sweet. So, one bad thing is I could put a window here, but otherwise I have no idea how full this system is. I could probably do some tracking with it if I wanted to. So, right before I signed off yesterday, we were having a problem with the temperature of this sucker. So, we'll see if it still becomes an issue. But this was essentially overcooling. So, I don't know why this would be overcooling, quite honestly, because it's dumping the heat. So I adjusted the air conditioner temperature not to go below 0. Then over here I brought the right. So evaporating it should extract the heat from here and dump it into here. Oh, right, and then condensing it will extract the heat from here and dump it into here. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. But I did adjust these so they don't go too low, and that's great. Ice crusher can go off. There's nothing in there. You're on, you're on. Okay. So hopefully these won't get too cold. Which hopefully then the rest of it won't get too cold. We'll see. We will see. Okay. Now, production system. I don't even need to use the airlock, technically speaking, because we aren't airlocked. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, wait, I need to check. Make sure that we are actually vacuumed. And it looks like it. Nope, not quite. At the end of this room, there's still some. So what I was thinking about doing was having kind of an ordering terminal, so to speak, over here. Where I could just... punch up what I wanted and hit the button. I think that's how this is going to go. So we would have Here's what I'm thinking. What I want, how much I want of it. And then a button. I think we can do that. So here's what I want. To find all my pieces and parts. Well, it's right here. So let's start with this, because this is where we need to start. We need a hash generator, which is the memory logic chip. I don't know if I'm going to need to do anything with that. So we got the logic chip. I will need switch, logic switch. I will need electronics printer, hydraulics, tools, rocket. So that's 4. Oh, yeah, memory. Okay, 2. This is 3. 4. Okay, I think that's all I need. I don't think I need anything else. And we'll dump the rest of that. Turn that off. Iron. I go in here because I need signage. Signs, and it's all iron. I'll just print off all 7 because I may need that. Compact IC housing. Try it out. Alright, let's do. Alright, order up. Okay, hash generator. I wonder if I will actually be able to use this behind a wall. Let's see. I don't need the housing right here. Let's try it just to see what it looks like. Well, that's no good. Okay. The hash generator, because this is what you do. So I've got to figure out a way to pull up. Okay. So let's look up hash. So the hash display, that's an input. That's a good question. How do you go about setting this easily? Well, I mean, obviously it's easy enough. You just push the button with a screwdriver. That orders it up. Okay, well, maybe I can't actually use... Why do I have that in my hand? Which side is up? Up. Okay. Alright, that works. There we are. Only a 2 by 1, okay. Whoa, that almost went in there. Number. Nope, that's not number. Item. Count. Auto lathe. electronics, pipe bender, tools, rocket. Not a switch, but a button. Actually, you know, a lever might actually work pretty good in this. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm going to a lever. Because the actual push button, I mean, it's cool. But if I interact with this way, then I can logic it closed. So, pull the lever! And then it should close when it's taken the order. So I don't know the amount of time that it will take to deal with this. So I'll do that. What's the atmosphere like in here? It's nitrogen and carbon dioxide. And very, very little of it. Oh, there's a storm coming.
Hunger caution.
There's a storm brewing. So I can turn this off. Okay. So, did I call down a trader? Let's check the traders out real quick, see if there's anybody. The Cosmic Forge. Now that actually sounds like somebody we might want to deal with. They may take ores. That was... Whoop, wrong way. He might actually be basically on the ground in that direction. No, definitely not. Until 35. Very slow. What's our time? Oh, we still got 10 minutes. We still have 10 minutes. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. Oop. That's a little bit bigger chunk while resolving. So I was reading off the backside of the dish. This is doing pretty good. A little better. All alloys. Now that would be a pretty good one. Interrogate. I did come up with a very, very simple tracking script. Okay. The other one, I don't think I'm going to be able to resolve with that dish. Yeah, we'll check and see what he wants to deal with. Okay, so he can sell stuff that I can make fairly easy. He wants ores. Awesome. And a box of chocolates. I don't know if I can actually do that, but... what's your temperature? 155. Ooh. We're going to increase your temperature by 500 degrees Kelvin. I want to take you down to 30. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, you're where I want it to be. You should really not increase too much, because I... Oop. Let's see. Oh, hey, I can use this as a booster pack. Maybe not. Ugh. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so I heat the... well, I don't even... well, technically I heat the furnace, but I heat the pipe going outside. So yeah, we better make sure that this is a lower temperature. Okay, I think that might be good. That very well may be good. And you should have emptied out already. Okay, good to go. Okay. So we got a trader that we actually do want out there. That's awesome. Now I can make use of my advanced mining techniques of face planting. Okay. Alright. Got that taken care of. Now... the airlock that isn't. Okay. That was steel and I used up all the iron, right? Crap. It's just faster to skip it. I do have some iron in my backpack, so I'll do that real quick. There we go. My solder's over here. Oh, it rolled down the stairs. That's why it was. Pollutant. Oh, that's because I'm making a mess. Okay, there's the iron. I don't know what else I'm going to need, but 5 minutes. 5 minutes for the storm to come in. I want to put the cooling, quote-unquote cooling line, in the pit and see about setting up the AC unit for in here. So to do that, I am going to need my brain for one. I wanted iron for something specific. Iron, oh, for a table, and then the paint mixer. So table, I need copper. Oh, okay. That was background sounds.
Hydration critical.
Yeah, there we go. There's a thunderstorm going on in the background sounds. Okay, this will be a powered workbench. Kitchen table. There's some cool stuff here. Bench counter style. I kind of like that. Kind of. Maybe I'll just set these to 500. What's the steel? Give me the iron. That's what I want. So iron goes into the tool manufactory. And what I want is... okay. Blue and white. I want it like a light blue. I think that'll do the trick. But what I... oh, for crying out loud. I think I gotta make the paint mixer here. Oops. Ah. I dropped the copper. So mixer, paint.
Hunger critical.
Okay, hang on. Paint. Wasn't there a mixer? Hold on. hang on. Wasn't there a paint mixer? Not exactly sure. Okay, well, let's see. Microwave. And that was made at the electronics printer. Okay. And let's go down through the list here. I thought for sure... Or did that get removed? That's interesting. Okay. So... Nope. Okay. Huh. Interesting. That is very fascinating. I thought for sure that there was a paint mixer. No way. I mean, leave it to me to find something that they actually removed from the game. Right? Okay, let's go to the tool manufactory and see. I gotta go eat. I'm gonna go turn on the water as well. That might be fun. Spray. Yeah. Well, would you look at that? Apparently, I found something that was removed from the game that I was actually going to make use of. Par for the course. Okay, 18 seconds. Let's get this party started. Kick that up and hope I don't blow up the furnace out there. Because that would be bad. But I do have a backup. Let's go eat and drink. Eat and drink. Eat and drink. Okay. Alright, stop making noise. And we got a storm. Which I never did make more additional batteries, so I'm wasting the wind turbine output. But oh well. Doot, doot. Get out of the way. La 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 la. Okay. Yeah. Let's harvest this. Yeah, I wanted a box of chocolate bars too, right? I don't know if I've got enough for that. Chocolate bar. Oh, look at that. I can make a few of those. think he wanted 6. Okay. Cardboard box. I'll have to go make one of those. I forgot to turn the AC off in the suit. Cardboard box needs silicon. There we are. Darn you. Box. Hopefully he doesn't complain about it being 1 or 2% decayed. Okay, chuck that in there, then we'll go mining another moment. So, that's not enough steel. Crap. That's probably not enough silicon, actually, if we're being honest. 32? Definitely not. So we need the storm to end. But what I will do is put an atmospherics kit over here. I think this is an okay place to put it. I don't have any of the parts. Oh, I mean, saying I don't have any of the parts is a little bit misleading. That, then we're going for a decently cooled room. Do that. We can close this, so there's no reason for that to actually be open. Now, this powered bench probably is meaningless here. Alright, now the waste heat gets dumped into something over there. Passive vents. Can't even make one, so I need more iron. Good. But I think we'll pull atmosphere here or something. Maybe like right here, and then push it out a little bit down the road, down the wall. But I don't necessarily want to overdo it, because then you're just basically wasting pipe. Nickel. We still got quite a bit of time left on the storm. That's going to be fun to get to. Eh. Aha. Okay. Okay. I wasn't really anticipating a storm right off the bat, so that kind of sucks. How are we doing over here? We're still cold. We're still cold. We're warming up a little bit here. We're doing good. 40 degrees. Ah, you dumb shit. Well, hopefully I got that cocked off. I do, so I'm not cooking my plants anyway. If I try to drink now, I will be cooking my lips. Some dum-dum forgot something. But 400, it's basically atmosphere by the time it hits that pipe, so that's fine. Okay, so the other guy, or the trader, wants boatloads of ores. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'm going to quickly trade this out. I meant to put that in there. And tracking beacon, iron, gold, copper. I think I've got enough for that. So we'll put one in place and we'll be able to make a run. So, copper, iron, and gold. And another thing on my cleanup script should actually close these darn things, too. Dump the rest. Spit it out. Thank you. Okay. So, brain fart. Not where you build it. Tool manufacturing. Oh, missed. All right. That's okay. Wait a second. Oh! I printed off the wrong one. Oh well, whatever. It'll work. Especially if I put a wireless battery in it, which I don't think I've got just hanging around. Wait, storm's over already? Storm's over already. Let's turn you on. Here's what we're going to do, just to make sure. We're going to slap a large beacon in it. Large battery. That'll work. And... wait, why is it pulling up? Whatever. Okay. I need to drop off some of my crap for now. And I'm just going to drop it. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop it. I need that. Drop that, drop that. And drop that. Okay. Alright. Let's trade out our stuff here. What's our temperature? 21 degrees. We can deal with that. That's not bad. Okay, there's that. Okay. Let's... can't check that. We'll just have to take it on faith. Sounds like it stopped. Okay. Iron and coal in particular. Not cobalt, coal. I'm actually going to run out of... oh, there's tons of iron right there, so... come here. Holy crap. I got enough. Gonna have enough iron for sure. And do that. No idea where that one chunk... oh, there it is. Whoa. That's probably going to make this dangerous. Especially since I'm literally floating. Whoa. Let me out of the hole. Let me out of the hole. Okay. I think... okay. A little late than never. That's 200. Nickel, don't need nickel. Silicon, I do need silicon. Whoa. Okay. Another batch of silicon? No, that's silver. Silver, silver, silver. Don't need silver. Coal. It's almost a little too close to the edge. Yeah, that's too close to the edge. Coal, coal, coal. That's probably enough coal. Okay. Okay, it's coal. Gold. Gold's actually probably not a bad thing to have. That's not gold, you dingling. That's silver. Oh god. That's gold. Okay. Oh dear. There's a heck of a lot of gold over there, actually. Okay. More cobalt. Don't need that much cobalt. Gold is... Okay. Whoa! Whoa. Whoa. Oh dear. There's that. There's that. There's that. Oh. That is full. Okay. I might as well get a bunch of copper, right? Whoa. That was weird. There's copper here. Oh dear. That's right where my base is. Okay. More copper. Lead. I don't believe lead was in the, what they wanted. In the manifest. How many lead? Yeah, a little closer. Whoa. More silicon over here. I do need more silicon. Okay. Okay, there's that. Falling down holes. Okay, what's this? Silver, I think? That's silver. I don't need silver. I am about out of space, though. Oh, God! Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. There's some weird stuff going on. I don't want to be part of that. So I'm mining up. What I'm mining up to, I have no idea. Okay, there's a piece of copper here. Shoot. More copper. Excuse me. I can't do too much more mining. Can't do too much more. Alright. I missed a chunk. Okay. Gold, silver, that's silicon. I'm going to go ahead and call it a successful mining venture. Wow, that's funny. I didn't even need the beacon. I may need light so I don't commit hara-kiri. Okay, there we go. That was pretty good. It's still talkative. Ooh, look at that. We got some nice temperatures in there. Okay, and you... because it's not in my hand. Box of chocolates. That was actually a very worthwhile venture. Okay. I need silver, so... not silver, steel, and silicon. Oh dear. Yes. I think I need to throw one more iron in. We're noisy. Yep, one more iron. That is what I thought. Okay, there's the steel I need. 400 steel. $200 silicon because I need it. Okay, so I guess I won't be selling silicon to this guy. Okay. I do need to also make some iron. Come back here. Okay. You're good. You're good. Okay, so let's... I did get the gold, but... what I want to try to do... There we go. And what I wanted to see was if that would be sufficient. Also, yeah, what the heck. I'm going to run the system a little more. But I want to see if he'll buy the ores right out of the backpack. Save me the trouble of using an unloader. But, let's see. Nope. Okay. Alright. I need to make an unloader then. Okay. So vend it. And we will do an unloader. Okay. So unloader first is iron. Stacker, sorry. So stacker needs copper, which is over here. And I've got chutes right there. Okay. Ooh. Question. Now we're going to do this. I was thinking, and I thought wrong, my IC-10 actually needs to communicate with all this stuff. Do that. Alright. If I do it as is, what I need to do is production device. Okay, so we're gonna set it this way for now. Hydraulic pipe bender. I don't actually know how this is pretty good. I don't know how it's programmed. I think it's a button is what it's looking for. Nope. 42, so that tells me that this is the wrong pipe bender. I do have the code over here. 42 is yield. Okay. Alright. Let's import the code that's here. Which amazingly is what I'm staring at. Gotcha. I see what needs to go on here. Okay. I need to grab the name of the pipe bender. And attach it to the dial and attach it to the button. I think that's what it's asking for. Yeah, it is. Okay, so... Alright. So the way that I want to improve this is that I can just simply, with the hash generator, pick the recipe that I want and then click the manufacturer that needs to make it. So I set the recipe on the device. I want to go ahead and gotta set the maximum. Okay, so increase. Whoa. I want it to go to 100. Push the button. I gotta go over here. I saw the dial move. Okay, so we are making 100. Stack size. Okay, we start with that. And then the unloader. I didn't grab the chutes, you dippy doodle.
Hunger caution.
Okay. I do need a couple chutes, so one will not be enough. Do that. You should be down here and then here. Okay. Unloader, which is actually expensive to run. Alright. Funny. Didn't even need that. Okay, we are loading it up, and I do not want to fill that thing completely up. $100, better than nothing. $240, better than nothing. I'll go ahead and sell all 100 coal. That's no big deal. And 100 of that. Okay, so we made quite a bit of money. I don't need any of that. So thank you, sir. Thank you for all the fish. Okay, now we can look for a seed trader. And get the remaining seeds. Oh, I still got that stupid thing up. I need to... There we go. Just in case somebody wants to be talkative tonight. Alright. Okay. First off, I want to turn that off because it is bloody expensive. Mining backpack. That's what I need. Okay. That is one thing that I realized is probably bad. That I am dumping... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna do me any good. I am dumping hot... Well, not hot volatiles. I'm dumping volatiles into my hot waste gas to combust. So I betcha that the pressure's up there. Yep, temperature, we're combusting. So any of the spare O2 that is being blown into that, yeah, is being consumed. Alright, I've got to do something about this stuff. No, we're still processing. Check it right there for now. Check it right there for now. Need to put railings up or something. So we've got the unloader for the backpack. It would be nice to have a loader for the backpack too. That would be great. Or a box or something like that. Come on, spit it out. Come on. Come on. Come on. So I want to get to my ordering system. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. That would be cool. I just kind of had a thought for the ordering system, and I'll explain more of what my thought is when I get there. We should probably eat and drink prior to... I'm just gonna do that for now. Let's see. Lights, I will probably need to use. The rest of it, not so much at the moment. And I may actually use geometric walls because they are pretty looking. Oh, greenhouse. Eat and drink. Eat and drink. And this, it might actually convect enough, radiate enough to get down to drinkable temperatures. But I'm not going to bank on it. Oh, actually it's filling up, so must have gotten cool enough to drink. I mean, 50 degree centigrade is Not exactly something I'd enjoy drinking, for sure, but it's drinkable. I like drinking shower water. It's drinkable. Doesn't necessarily make you... It doesn't quench that thirst right, but yeah, it's drinkable. Okay, so I used up sugar, the sugar, and oh my goodness. And cocoa. Actually, the sugar is super easy to come by. Okay. These are Forever Grow, right? Yeah. So check the seeds in there because we don't need it. Process this. Throw that in there. Sugar cane. Okay, there's that. I should do that with the wheat as well. I better check on that. There's multiple pipe networks that are complaining. One of them's definitely the furnace. Alright. Let's see. Tomatoes have not fully... Oh, that's right. Okay, and tomato seeds. How's the rice going? Seed, 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 because I need the seed. Okay. Alright. Potato, I don't really need. Soybean, fern. Okay. Yep. Furnace is singing. And let's double check that that's all that's really singing. So first, that's not bad. That's getting up there. It's still fine. You're not quite yet singing. What other networks do we have? We've got, of course, our liquid network. That's fine, that's fine. It's fine. Fine. This would probably be a good one to check. Okay, that's still fine. Okay. This is ready to recycle. Oh. Come back here. missing? A lot. Iron, silver, constantan, biomass. Yeah. So we have a queue. Okay. Oh. So what I wanted to envision was, there we go. There's that pipe that I asked for. All of it. Perfect. Okay. So what I was thinking is that over top of it, like right here, I could have a monitor showing what was currently being processed, and then, or at least displayed on the screen, and then a colored light of some kind. All right, so what I want to do, and I guess I don't know how I want to go about this. So here's going to be the coolant line. All right. So this is what's getting the heat dumped into it. Okay. So this is what's going to connect up to the output of the phase change device. And I've got to figure out how this is going to work. Particularly. So I want an AC in every room, essentially, to keep each room independently cool. I was considering doing a centrally managed system, but it's sometimes slow to respond. Okay. And okay. There we go. Boom, that ought to do something here. And this probably should be more nitrogen than anything else. Technically speaking, I have a way to solve that. Yeah, we have a way to solve that. The way to solve that would be to put a liquid drain on it and just drain it out into this area here. And that wouldn't, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay. All right, so we have the hot line coming in. Now, you know, I keep using the airlock one way. It's funny. Ooh. Come on. There you go. I could use this for inside. That'll work. Do I have any vents over here? No. Okay. So that I will need to do. I will need to print off some vents. Which, did I leave the iron in here? I did. Iron and copper. Split it out, spit it out. Okay, a couple passive vents should be good enough. Although, an active vent would increase cooling. Yeah, I might do that. So having an active vent on the input will pressurize that side, and it will let you, with the pressure differential, exploit a little bit when it comes to. I don't know if I necessarily call it exploiting, but would let you get an improved efficiency because you're processing stuff faster. Alright. Okay, so we'll have the active vent will be right at the input, which I don't think you can put. Yeah. Unfortunately. Well, I mean, if we're going blue, let's go blue. Do that. And power it. And I have I think I got an AC script that controls a vent. Anyway, then we go blow this along the wall. And I don't feel bad about using this pipe because I printed off way too much of it in the beginning and then had to spaghetti way too much in the beginning, and just here. Okay, I think this is probably as good as place as any. And go ahead and put the passive vent there. Bam. So when I get an atmosphere going, which will happen sooner than later, we can have it pressurize here. And yeah. So we will definitely need to do a chip on it. So we might be doing a little bit more programming, but we'll save that for a little bit down the road. Might take a quick break. Yeah, quick break. Then I think we'll get into programming the ordering system for the upgrade that I want, and then maybe we'll go a little bit further with it. The one thing that aggravates me is the hash generator. I've got to figure out a way to, I don't know, input a hash through this type of interface where I can just click here, select a thing. And actually, I don't know if you can you unset it? You can't unset it. That's cool. Yeah, I want to make some pure oxide. Can you do that for me? Oh, anyway. So, yep, let's take a moment and refill all we need to refill, drain all we need to drain, and get up, stretch, all that fun stuff. So we'll be right back. See you in a bit. We are back. We are back. All right. So, ordering system. So the way that it works now is I still have to set it via pin, but as long as I rename all of this, it just works. So what I want it to do is set it by something else now. Now we're going to be doing levers. Pull you out, and let's Really? Is there a rotate E? E. Is there a way to... That's depth. Wonder if there's a way to... Ah, okay. You can rotate it. Okay. Okay, we're still backwards. But if I rotate it this way... Aha! That was a lot of time spent on something stupid. Okay. So here's the thought. Production machine. Now... So we need to have a hash generator. So we need to know that. There will only be one dial. So we're going to, reference the dial input using that, but we don't need the name hash. How do I want to do the switches? Because that's going to be the hard part. I wish there was a way to just like dynamically generate, because you can do a load batch and grab all of the devices on the network and get an average, a minimum, a maximum, something like that. But there's no way to iterate through that list. Now, if there was a way to iterate through that list, then we'd be in good 53 bits. Cool. Okay. Universe against gas constant. See if there's any... Not valid. Okay. I mean, those have been added, so that's very nice. Trying to think... Yeah, because there's no way to iterate devices on the list that I'm aware of. Maybe blurb. Oh, linear. Oh, that is a very awesome function. Oh, very nice. Okay, I'm not seeing any... Yep, not seeing any instructions that are going to help us in that endeavor. So we might have to hard code a couple of things. Okay. Okay. So to... What would be the best way about going about it? Because autolathe, electronics pipe bender tool, rocket manufactory, I think security printer technically would be another option. Oven technically can work too. So I may need to just iterate through devices. Okay, so I think I will still have to name the levers, and it will be this, right? And let's just see. How stupid this looks on the signs. Right? Okay. Oh, what the heck? Whee! There's a long way to go. And I don't have the other one, so it doesn't matter. Tool manufactory. Boom. Okay. So the idea here, this, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and put it back down just to reset the name, because we don't need that. What we do need to do is set that back to maximum. Okay. And the hash generator, we'll leave that as is. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to get a logic chip exposed easily. I don't know. Okay, so we've got that laid out. So we are going to need to iterate through some different devices. So we do need to, let's do our defines down here. Or do our defines up here. Yeah, okay, so define, or, you know what? Let's put db address 0 hash for the autolathe. I think that's going to be the best option. I should have actually done this. Okay. Structure autolathe. db hash. Structure printer. Is it electronics printer? We're going to find out. Structure electronics printer. Okay. Now the pipe bender always gets me. Is it a hydraulic pipe bender? There we go. Hydraulic pipe bender. Okay, yeah, I'm not typing that out. And this will be the tool manufactory. I think the oven technically works here too. Put db4 hash. Then this will be the rocket manufactory, right? Yep, we'll grab that. Do that. Boom, boom. Put db5 hash. I guess we'll do the security printer too. Might as well. It technically can be used. And then I'm also going to put the automated oven in the list, because that also has the same instruction code set. I don't know if they're all uniform. Autolathe, electronics, tool printer manufacturers. I think that's all of them. I think that's all of them. And we'll go ahead and define max device as 6, just to reinforce that idea. And let's see, production machine. To be sure, I don't think we need the production machine, unless I want to save it as a reference. Maybe that's what I will do, is set it as a reference. So let's set it as a reference. Pasting is taking way too long. We're going to rough it. So the inet is just a matter of making sure that there are devices. Okay. I don't think that this part matters. I may... There may be a world where I may want it to not do anything based on if there's no dial or whatever. I also want to define a... No, actually. Define hash for lever. Caps lock. Okay. Define hash generator. Hash for the hash generator. Actually don't need... Well, yeah, this is going to be used a lot. This... I don't know if we need to use that a lot. It's only going to be once, so I could actually reference it.
Caution.
Waste tank caution, huh? Alias ref... You know what? I will... Yeah, we'll do something with this. Okay, we will load batch network. No, load batch into ref hash generator. The device will be this. Logic type is going to be reference ID and average. Input. Dial. Okay. Push button. Push button, we're going to call something different. Push button is going to be reference lever. Okay. So stage one of this, I think, is going to be just getting it so I can push the different buttons to work. So we need to know the hash generator, we need to know the dial input, and then from there we would do the looping through. So we would move. Let's leave an R8.
Hunger caution.
This is going to be machine index, basically. So inet, and this we're going to move I machine to 0. And first thing, select I machine. Oh wait, so set greater than R15 is our temporary number. So A, if I machine is greater than max device, we want this to be set. So select, and how does select work? B if non-zero, otherwise C. So if it is non-zero, which means it is exceeded. We want this to be reset. So I machine B if non-zero. B if A is non-zero. So A is what we're checking against. The answer is B. So if B is non-zero, which is set, then we want to set it back to 0. Otherwise, we want to just leave it as is. Okay? That actually looks pretty good to me right at the top of the list, and it just starts at 0 right here. Good. Main loop. So this is going to be the main loop where we're checking to see if any lever is open. So load batch R15 device hash is going to be lever. I got rid of that. Oh, that's right there. Logic switch is not the hash generator. Okay, hash generator. Logic hash generator. Thought I grabbed that. Okay. So we're going to load from the logic switch. Batch type is going to be open and maximum. Now, if I go to logic switch, logic switch 2, logic switch. Open is read and write. Has that got a wireless battery in it? I forget. I'm going to go grab the other cartridge because it's actually going to come in handy here. How's our pressure here? Not bad. Not bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. Hell, I got another chip. Chip. Cartridge. That's what I wanted. 2 cartridges. 2 cartridges is better than 1. How are we doing on our cooling? 90 degrees. We're still coming down. We still got... Oh, we still got crap in the pipe. Ooh, we still got 10 liters in the pipe. Okay. We are sailing with a... Furnace is PO'd. Okay. The furnace is PO'd. Okay. Switchgrass is ready to go. Really need Larry in here. Okay. Boom. Actually, I think I'm producing more volatiles at this point than my processing power is capable of keeping up with. So soon I will need to do a centrifuge, or the other option would be to put a combustion centrifuge in. Now that would be another great candidate, whoopsie, for a PID controller. Didn't get the stupid thing to work. And I'm very disappointed. That sounds like liquid pipes.
Waste tank caution.
Okay, so... Alright, let's start checking on things. First things first, waste tank caution. Let's deal with that. Alright. Okay. First things first. You're hot, so you're not going to be freezing. 102, so we're actually, it's doing pretty good. That's 15k. All right. What's the limiting factor here? Huh. One thing I do know. Oh, I left that on. That's a little bit of waste of a power. Eh. 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh my goodness. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my word. Okay. You know what? I don't care. It's not worth the power. You 66, you're still doing good. You are... I don't think you'd be complaining quite yet. Two points. Yeah, I really need to load you up with something. Okay, what else do we got? Nothing here. Nothing. That's that's warm because it's coming in from the combustion side. Oxygen is 40 degrees. That's not bad. Okay. Okay. All's looking pretty good here. Okay. So it must be my outdoor stuff going crazy here. Yep, alright, so let's pop that. Okay. Quiet down, you. Wee! 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 Okay. You done singing? Yeah, alright, there we go. Oh, that did that in the wrong order. Okay. Let's, oops. Make sure we're doing, how are we doing over here? Good. We are not overpressurized. Nothing in this pipe. Wait, nothing in the... Huh? Is this empty? Oh, so it is. Okay. Cool. So, stop dumping heat. Let's go over here. How are we singing? We shouldn't be singing. Kind of curious. Okay. All right. Okay, all good. Good in the hood. Okay, back to our programming. Our regularly scheduled program. Really need to get rid of the uranium in my belt. It's not doing me any good. Okay. So back to our vibe. So we want to device configuration. So in this case, open is 1. Okay. So the idea here is so we're going to check open maximum. If greater than 0, a button was pressed. And then we need to figure out who it is. I think the checking to see if something was pressed is good enough. And we can branch greater than 0 to check. I don't know, check. How did that end up over there? Check levers. Oh, branch greater than 0, R15. Otherwise, we're going to yield and jump back to main. Okay. So for this, we will need to actually, this doesn't even belong here. I don't think. Let me think about that. Because this will run every single time, and we don't know if... Yeah, that doesn't belong here. This would be in the check levers loop. Yeah, okay. Start machine, okay. So name hash, right? Name hash machine name. So load get and put into R14, I guess. Device DB address I machine. So this gives us the device hash. Then we load batch into name hash machine name. Really? Which is going to be R14. That's the device hash. And then we're going to have the name hash batch average. Well, hang on. Yeah, so I need to find the production machine first to get the name hash, because that's what the switch is going to be named. And now we can load batch network name into R15. Device hash is going to be hash lever switch dial. Okay, reference lever. Device hash is going to be hash logic switch. There we go. Name hash will be name hash. Stop that! Name hash. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm coughing. And page up is my push to mute. And rest. Okay, that's how it works. So, name hash. Machine name. Logic type. Reference ID. Sum. Right? So, in this case, so I got the name hash for the device. Now we're going to load a batch name and getting the reference for the lever. So load into R15 is going to be, hopefully this will work, reference lever. Oh, okay, I got an idea. This is only going to work. Okay, so what we're going to do is branch greater than, or branch equals 0, ref lever to next lever. Now, this is going to blow all those structural programmers out of the water here. We're going to add iMachine. We're going to add one to it and fall through into the next label. You don't see this in modern programming, but it's a very effective use of fall through because we're never going to call this except to go through the levers. Bam, 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 bam. Now, technically speaking, I could come up with an infinite loop, potentially. So, just have to make sure that we name the levers. So anyway, so if that lever is not actually set, or we're not able to find it, then we're going to go to the next lever, maybe lock up the thing. Hang on a second. Well, let's put it right here. Do that. Can I... Alright, I would fall through normally. Set greater than 0, so branch equals 0, R15 to check levers. Branch relative could also work, but it's not even worth it at this point. So if it is equal to 0, which means this is not set, which means we are still in the loop, then we're not going to, we'll just go to the next one. Otherwise we're going to yield. So if we had to wrap around, it's going to yield. Okay. Anyway, so we got that figured out. Bah, 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 bah. So now we're going to load from this lever the setting. And we have the name hash already set. We could also do this load batch network reference. What do I call it? Production machine. Device hash is going to be iMachine. Name hash is going to be name hash machine name. You know what? R14. Right. iMachine is just the index. Silly. R14. Let's just reference ID. I'll do an average. I think that'll work. So we got the name and we've got the reference. Technically, who's speaking, we don't have to pull up. Well, we do have to use the name for this. Otherwise, we can directly reference because we got to write the stack. We have to have the reference for that. So anyway, so we got the reference for the production machine right here. So if this is set, then we can go ahead and Branch greater than 0, R15. In this case, we can jump to start order. That's what we're going to call it. Otherwise, if it is not set, we are going to jump to next lever. Right? That seems like that will be fine. Start order will be here. Now reference, because we can load from an ID now on. We will start machine. Start machine is going to be set on sleep 3. Jump RA. Yeah, there we go. Okay, load order recipe. Now this going to be from our hash generator. And I think that'll actually be setting. Let me confirm that. Yeah, setting. 180. Yep, okay, so it is setting that we're looking for. Perfect. So now we got the recipe, we got the order. Okay, fine. Load, set. Set that back to 0, minimum order, or 255, which we can't set it over 255, so it doesn't matter anyway. Branch equal to order, toggle machine. Oh, if it's equal to 0, then it just turns it on. Okay, and that's reference, production machine activated. Production machine, okay, yield. And then jump back to main. Jump back to main? Is that what we want to do? Yeah, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Okay. So, very put... Oops. Reference, okay. So this is going to put it into slot 0 in the stack. Now, in the future, I want to be able to queue up recipes. So we will have to read the stack to get the stack pointer and then inject it at the next available address. Now, there's also some other stuff in there that's pretty cool about the the instructions. You can have it jump around, actually have like a literal program using the built-in instructions, which is cool. But right now, what I want to do is, there is one thing I need to do though. After we set this and push this, we want to set reference lever setting 0. Okay. So, if I did this right... Oh, hang on. Yeah, we want to yield here. Yield if we're looping. We don't necessarily need to do a yield here because we're going to jump straight into, potentially, a yield. And if we do it this way, we are jumping into a yield. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're going to do. Real good. This, quite frankly, that jumps straight into a yield, so we don't need to do that. We sleep here. I don't think that's actually required. So I'm going to comment that out, because that'll make that move a whole lot faster, if that's the case. Okay, so we'll export this. Grab this chip. Turn you off, leave it right there, and no blow-ups. No blow-ups. That looks good. So, alright, that's good. Lights, cables. Cables would be a good one, right? So let's try printing off cable, coil cable, And we're gonna probably easily want 100. Electronic spinner. Bam. Oh, red light. 78. What do we got? Let's take a look. Line 78. 78, where we're trying to set reference lever setting. That should be open. Close. That's already been set to 0. Okay. There's a good point for this. Set batch device name is going to be hash structure logic switch open to 0. That I think we can do. Yeah. So that should put it in kind of a failsafe. So let's try this. Just in case it doesn't work like I want it to. Okay, that's immediately went into 0. Pull the lever. Now went back up. Seems to be okay. That's up, but of course I don't have any copper in there. So, what the heck? That was impressive. Okay, go. Yeah! Alright. Okay, then while we're at it, what do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Pipes. What would be a good thing? A couple of chutes. Chutes. Ladders. Signs. Consoles. No, that's still out of that. Huh. Alright. That's another thing I need to do. Iron. Let's just do... Okay. Hash generator. Pop this open. Let's see... shoot. Let's just do 1. 1. Auto lathe. Bam. Boom. That print off while that's printing off, and they don't interfere with each other. Oh, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful, man. Awesome. Sweet. Oh, no idea how awesome that makes me giddy as a schoolgirl. Okay, now for lighting. Lighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we don't need too many. And I will go ahead and fire up my jetpack and get up there. Whoa. Okay, crazy. Put it there. Okay. That works okay. Centered on this guy. Okay. Okay. This is where the cable coils come in handy. There we go. Okay, and this technically works. Wow, that's already done? Okay, cool. There we go. Woohoo! We're reducing temperature like crazy. Okay. Wow. Jeez. Whoa. Alright. Easy there, killer. Alright. So we have improved production room code. That's great.
Hunger caution.
Hungary again. Okay. There we go. There we go. Turn this thing off. I mean, it could use a little bit more, but that's actually not terrible. Especially once I start putting stuff in to make it a little bit more worthwhile. Look at that. Oh, what? Huh? What? Okay. I don't really understand why. I mean, it's coming in 80 degrees and coming out negative 100 degrees. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. Boom. Boom. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Okay. Do need to turn this back on, though. Make sure I didn't, like, rupture a pipe or something stupid. Everything looks alright. You're still warm. This is... So this pipe is 110 degrees. So this is actually... I mean, it's fighting up a pretty... Yeah, wait a minute. It's also only dumping 10 kilojoules. I figure I'd dump more than that. Wait a minute, huh? So we're dumping 20 in. Oh, hey, there's a second set of, yeah. Okay, 20. But only 15 here. Nope, 20. 20 and not enough. Okay. Fine, you got me. You got me, bruh. Yeah. Let's take a look at traders, see if there's galactic gases. Taco Bell. Let's not. Alright. Pressures are still good. You're good. Waste tank, sure. We'll just change that out. Alright, let's go have food and drink. We're doing good. We're doing great. The shredder has caught up. Hi, Stinky. Alright, let's pop that off. Alright. I'm very happy with the progress so far. I could push it a little bit further. I mean, we are working on the production room, so I don't think it would be out of order to try to push that a little bit more. So I do want to print off the console, and we can see what the state of the machine is, and what... Ooh, actually, that's a good thought. That is a good thought. Console, which I think is just basic iron, gold, copper, right? And then the hash display chip, which we will need to make, gold and copper. Okay, so we're good there. You know what? Well, I don't have the bag space. It's beautiful in here. Ooh, lights. Camera. Action. LED. Is that colorable? You can write the color. There's the diode slide, which is also pretty cool, but that's not what we want. So I've already got the lights. Yeah, I'm going to need the jetpack. But we can use our little system here. We want consoles. Console. And we have 5 devices. That's what we will do. And that will be from the electronics printer. And that will need iron, gold, copper. That's not enough iron for that. I made a big old wad of it. Where is it? It's in here. And this is where the automatic smelting would come in handy, for sure. Oh, right. I need to make sure that cleanup switch actually helps me with that. And then the next thing we can queue it up. Well, we can't queue it up, but we can get ready for it. Is hash display. And that will also be 5. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yep. There we go. Pull the lever. Whoa. They're printing already? Holy crap. I barely even got that thing lit. So we will... Console monitor. Oh, you kidding me. Okay. Well, actually that might work. Assuming this is the size up we need. I don't have enough space. Glass sheets are in the other room. The next thing is the lights. Okay. Okay. We need more cable. Can you possibly imagine that we would run out of cable? Cable coil, and I think 50's fine. Dang, that thing is responsive. I love it. Well, while that's printing off, we can go grab the glass sheets that we need. There they are. Okay. Pew. Alright. Did you run out of copper? So that'll be another thing, is if there's something in the queue but it's waiting on reagents. That would be like a red light. Yellow light. Off and idle would be red. Or maybe yellow light is producing, red light is an error, and green light is ready for action. That's a thought. That is a thought. Oh, man, I am so happy with how things have turned out. Okay. Oh, that does remind me that we actually need to... Yeah. We need to put some kind of wall, door, window, something in. I'm going to put a window just for now. Yeah, that looks fine. Just gonna do that for now. Now these are separate rooms. Very nice. Okay. Let's okay, I'm digging it. Rename auto lathe, and we go. The LED is auto lathe. Console monitor is auto lathe. Yeah, this will work. That's not actually named. Okay. So now we pull this code back out. Now, the way that I set this up... the way that I have this set up works for this system, but it kind of sucks for what we want to expand it to now. Okay, well, at least for now, here's what I'm going to do. The start order, we go to push this, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to set batch name, device hash. It's going to be hash console. And it's going to be a console monitor. And, oh, I have a feeling... name hash machine name. Logic type setting, and R is going to be our order recipe. Now, hell yeah. Set batch hash console monitor on. Set batch hash LED. That's not what I wanted. That's what I want. Diode. Okay, it's a diode. Technically speaking, yes it is. Okay. Bam. Those are all on. Ah, yes. I need the data disk. Well, I botched that push to mute. Oh no, I can't get up anymore. Oh, and then now I can. Alright. Data disk is over here. So that is a problem because that does mean, good lord, I gotta hit this just right, huh? Okay, so this has to be attached to a memory chip. Okay, so that stinks. Okay. Just an extra part in the puzzle. So we need a logic memory chip for each. So that's 5. I forgot. I wish you could just write directly to the monitor, but that's a problem. Felt like that one took a little bit longer to process than it should have. Okay, there's our 5 logic memories, and we'll have to rename these. Now, oh, there's not enough room there. Dang it. Dang it. Kind of interesting. I mean, technically I could do that, but I don't want to do that. Okay, here's what I'll do. Just keep everything in line, that's all this is. And we will throw the cable over this way. And we will rename everything. Holy crap! Okay. Let's get this out. Alright, we start here. Copy you. Boom. 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 Okay. Alright, now, that is like really hard to read. Really hard to read. On a lathe. No, we're not going to make slaves. Electronics printer. I'm thinking the memory chips are literally at the top. To a manufactory, and if I rename that lever, well, that's definitely not right. Oh, you kidding me? logic memory. Is it at the bottom of the list? Oh. Oh. Stuff. Oh, it's not the top of the list. Dang it. Guess we better make sure this one is. Yeah, I thought it was. Okay. Alright. Okay. More cable is probably a good way to go. Cable. And bam. Red light. Okay. Line 81. Because I didn't update the code, you moron. What'd you expect? So set batch name console monitor is going to be a memory chip. Memory chip. Logic memory. Exactly what you figured it'd be. And then we do setting there. Just for proof of concept. Structure diode. Name hash machine name color color dot red. Right? How to complain about that. Okay. We are back to 0. Bam. Okay, red and oh, there we go. Beautiful. So that's what's printing off. We'll have to rewrite the code to okay. Wow. That's crazy. Crazy quick. Let's drop off some of this darn pipe. I almost tried doing that. That was pretty good. Okay. Going for some more flowage. Okay. So we will need to rewrite this to accept our okay. It's looking pretty good, if we're being honest. And I got room for like one more if I wanted to do security printer or something. Technically I could tighten this up a bit too. I am a little PO'd that the hash generator is hidden in the wall. See if there's actually any information in it. There's 0 information in it. Maybe from a computer terminal, actually. Might be able to put a configuration terminal and adjust the name hash generator from there. I don't know. Okay. I guess we might as well get into it, I guess. So I'm going to label this code up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to update this. I'm actually going to save this chunk of code as a version 2. So we have another blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I'll copy that. And let me go here and paste, and we'll save as. Okay, my Stationeers folder. This is simple version 3. Now this is my preferred copy because it's very nice. And then we'll go to editing. Okay, so now we want to go. So now I think I want to how do we want to do this? At the top of main, we will go ahead and go back to 0. I think at this point. So we're going to check the levers. If one of these levers is open, we're not going to go through the next stage. But if there's no lever that's been closed, which is kind of funny. But speaking of which, so I guess it should be opened. Now we're going to go through essentially we want to load we'll get R14. We'll keep this straight, iMachine. So we now have load batch, name, hash, machine name, and production machine. Do we need to? Yeah, we need to reference it. So load batch, reference production machine. R14, reference ID, average. Oh, that'll work. Okay, so now we will load. Yeah, using the machine reference as this. Totally botched that. We will load R15 with that. And the logic type is going to be activate, right? So let's look at the auto lathe, for example. So we read okay. I wonder if error would show that it's waiting on something. Because the other option would be to pull in this, use this opcode, pull it in, and get the information out of it. So I'm going to start with error. And I don't know if that's actually going to work, but what we're going to do. So we loaded activate. Let's do error. So select into, at this point, this R14 is already, okay, so R14. So we're checking R15 against R15, and we select B if it is non-zero. So non-zero is an error. Color dot yellow, and otherwise color dot green. Theoretically, in this case, I think. Okay, so now we're going to load R15. Is going to be reference production machine and activate. Right, so we're going to select our 14 again. We're going to compare it against our 15. But so if it is non-zero, so activate is it's activated, red, right? So we are printing, so we can't do anything. Red, you know what? I got this backwards. If it's errored, it should be red. If it's activated, it should be yellow. Otherwise, it's going to be our 14. I have no idea. So if we do that, okay, now we will essentially throw this here, throw this here, and I think throw that there. I think that's good. And then we'll status check. This will just keep looping back, though. Hang on. Status check. Okay, so set. If this is set greater than the max devs, let's do this. Branch greater than 0, R15, jump back to main. Otherwise, continue with status check. We will check levers if one of them's closed. I think we're good. I think this will work. How many lines are we using up? I don't feel like it's actually all that many. Yeah, we still got plenty to spare. Okay, export. I don't have the chip. Export. Alright, now let's see how much stuff breaks. Immediately. 54. 54. Now I have a feeling. Load. Aha. Right here. I'm going to do this. Branch equals 0. Production machine. If we don't have a valid reference, then we need to skip it. Otherwise, we check this. It probably hit the... I don't know why I picked it up. Okay. Probably hit the rabbit. Nope. That didn't seem to work. That didn't seem to work. Okay, so... Okay, hang on. Wait a minute, huh? Of course, it's not going to tell me. Device not found at 55. So 55 is now loading machine error. What?
Hunger caution.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set db equal to iMachine. Setting. Let's see where it's hanging up. See if that will enlighten me. Okay. State 4. So 4 is the rocket manufacturer, I'm assuming? Yes. Okay, so it is trying to pull it. Okay. We load batch, name hash. Wait a minute. Using the hash. Okay. What about... Can I branch on that? Will that equal 0? Of course not. 56. Why... Loading into R15 using the reference for the production machine, but obviously this is still state 4, so we're rocket manufactory. Doesn't exist. We know it doesn't. Can we do an what's this? Branch device not valid, something like that, right? The new will branch to line A if the provided device is not valid for a load instruction for the provided logic type. Store instruction. Load. BDNVL. BDNVL. Not valid for load. Device is going to be reference production machine. The logic type is going to be error. And then we jump to line A. Okay? I'm assuming that if the device is not found, of course. Does this work? Maybe that'll work. Now that works with references. Okay. All right. Oh. Maybe none of them are good for that. Error is 0. Right? So that's what we would expect to see. Huh. Select into R14, and we're going to compare it against R15. So error, red or green. Oh, dude. Dude. Set batch name, device hash, structure diode. Name hash is name hash machine name. Logic type color is R14. Technically speaking, I should also pull the recipe from it. So let's load our 15 reference production machine. This will be recipe hash. I don't know why I keep missing this capitalized. Then we will set batch name hash structure logic memory name hash machine name equal to recipe hash. R15. There we go. I think that works. Yeah. Bam. Now on to the next machine. Okay. Yeah, can't export the code if it's not in there. Bam. Boom. Green light. 62. Excuse me. Give me my mouse. 62. Set batch logic memory. Okay. Name hash. Name machine. Okay. State 0. Auto lathe? Okay. First off, I wonder. Dumbass. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. That's what's selected. Green means that it is idle. I want to... Okay, I want to do this. And what else? You know what? Actually, I should also put another logic chip out for end console. Yeah, okay. So here's what we need to do. I should actually have an item overhead so I can see what it is. So let's do memory. Logic and goal, right? We just want one. And boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Alright. So that is not what I was hoping for. Okay. Yellow. There we are. We are in progress. We are ready to go. Okay. Alright.
Hunger critical.
Console. Console. Let's print off 1. The electronics printer. And then we'll go here
Power low.
and do a hash generator of 1 as well to the electronics printer. Glass sheet, I don't think we need anything like that because I've already got it. But this is, I'm enjoying this. This is pretty good. Now our monitor, do that. Magic memory chip. Gotta figure out what I'm going to name this though, and how to reference it. We wanted to mirror it. I don't know.
Hydration critical.
Okay. Order system. You know what? Maybe it needs to be... Sure. Okay. That'll work. Grab my data disk. Okay, this is going to be IC ordering. Alright. pull that out, do this. I guess we should go ahead and, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and cool down the room. Let's go eat, drink, be merry. Okay. Says I need a shower. Do I believe it? Yes, I do. Okay. Very awesome. Do 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 do. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and pop this off. Okay. All right. We are doing good. Okay. I will leave. Yeah, I'll leave that for.
Power low.
Yeah, power low. Should do something about the power so it stops complaining at me. And the waste tank. Just so that's not a thing. 2 degrees. How are we? 23? How much water? 68 liters. There we go. That ought to adjust the temperature a little bit here. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, now to finish up, I think, this. Ordering system, so yeah, okay. I think through every time it hits the main, we will also hit the name generate. Okay, so we were going to load DB, load R15 is going to be, oh my goodness, DB, the name hash. There we go. So load batch name is going to be R14. Device hash is going to be hash hash generator. There we go. Okay, name hash. It's going to be R415, what we just loaded up. We want to read the setting. Sum is fine. And we'll set batch network name. Device hash is going to be structure logic memory with a name hash of R15. And we're going to do setting from R14. That, I think, will do the trick. Bam! So hash display. That works. That works. That works. That works. Awesome. Cool. Sweet. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you know what would be awesome? And this is another thing, because we got to get into, if we want to see if there's missing reagents, then we have to read the stack. But we could see where it is in the order, I think. Or maybe that's like the current build. That could be a thing too. But I think this is good. So I do at least have green, yellow, and red. Obviously red is an error, which I don't know how you'd even error these out. Other than maybe plugging the output? I don't know. I don't even know if that does it. Okay. Perfect. There we go. I don't know why those... Oh, does it stop displaying at a certain distance? Oh, okay. That's what that is. Alright, hash generator. Let's get lockers. Lockers, and that is... I think that's a good start. That's going to take iron, no? Actually, going to take quite a bit. Oh, okay. It's going. Well, it is going to take quite a bit. It's going to take up almost all my iron that's left. It's fine. Okay. Geometric walls, which is going to be steel, will be next. Geometric wall. And I'm just going to do 90 of those. Okay, so then the next step for this is we want to read missing reagents. And we would like to do that for an ordering system for like the auto smelter. The alloys will be fun, but the pure ingots won't be a problem. Okay, so read a missing reagent. We want to write additional orders into the stack as we go. And I don't know if there's anything else we want to really deal with. Okay, so now overhead locker, if it because see, it needs to attach there, but it floats through the wall, so that doesn't do you any good, does it? It really doesn't. Because if it's on the wall like that, then it's... yeah. It has to be one out. Okay. At least with a shelf, you can float it out a little bit. Make it look fine as long as you don't look too closely, right? Yeah, I say that's a little tacky, so... what we'll do is... this guy and this guy. That's fun. That'll work. Okay. Locker. Oh, why'd you do that? Locker. Locker. Small locker. Do that. Okay. I was wondering how funky that was going to get. Very nice. Alright. Insulated pipe. Okay. crap that I got laying around. There we go. Okay. Data disk. Lights. Camera. Action. IC housing. Alright. And the auto lathe will fill this up with crap. Wall. Iron sheets. Chutes are good. Signs, I can go down there. And pull the lever. Geometric wall. Geometric wall all over. Those are one apiece. And then steel sheets. Steel sheets. Okay, yeah. Alright, steel sheets. And I think that they only take one, but let me verify that. Yeah, just one. Alright, so bump it up. Bump it up. So we want to read agents, write additional orders. Yeah, it's pretty good. Figure out how I want to handle the windows and walls, and okay, let's turn you off. And stop you. Yeah. Alright. We can turn this down. So that's beautiful. Eventually I want to write my own airlock code to go through the... I want to be able to, if I have pressure on both sides of the airlock, a breathable atmosphere on both sides of the airlock of, I guess, similar, yeah, so similar makeups. I'd have to determine, obviously, no volatiles, volatiles, pollutants. They got to be in equal proportions if they're open. Otherwise, yeah. But be able to pass through an airlock if both sides are the same atmosphere. And be able to close it if there is a problem. Now, pressure differential would have to be pretty large for me to want to shut it down. But I might also do like a tracking system whereas after a certain point, because eventually it will become a problem if I have a slow leak. Oh, okay, cool. I'm happy. Maybe I'll make some displays for that sometime. So, oh, beautiful. Okay, I think that's probably a good spot. Let's check the trader. At this point, it's just for completion. Planetary pebbles. Well, we'll see if I can get it in a minute. Well, I mean, might as well just offer themselves to me. We'll pull it down. It's probably another miner. I would not necessarily mind making a little bit more money. Yep, come on down to Venus. Is this Venusville? What's this chip? What is this chip doing? To be honest, I have no idea what that chip is actually doing. Because this is my cleanup script. I don't know. I don't know what that script that's doing. But we'll take a run outside and see what this trader has. Okay. Oh! Fascinating. So, ooh. Okay. Box of chocolates. Can't make you a cake. I could technically do that. I could probably do that. Okay. Alright, now. Let's go ahead and... That's 5 rice pudding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. 5 rice pudding. Wow, if I can even read that in a box. And then that is 5 edamame. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 chocolate bars. Okay. I could technically sell him water too, but that would give me the availability to buy oxide and put some pressure in the base. Now a single oxide is 2302 and 3N2. I had to take a look at that, but that's really good there. That might be worth it. Okay. Yeah, take a look. We might be... Maybe we'll be the Venus Diner. Yeah, there we go. We can provide everybody with food. Just don't ask where we get the protein from. I will have to get some cans made up if I'm going to do that, though. Okay, so first things first. Chocolate bar. I do have enough for that. Okay. Um... 15 cooked soybean. That would actually, yeah, so an entire harvest would go into a can. Okay. Alright. So that one might be... Oh. Oh! That's fascinating. Okay. I wouldn't think that I'm really pulling that much power. Okay, but maybe well, I guess technically I am pulling a lot of power. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Wait a minute, potential, oh wait, what? Wait. Oh, it's required, not potential. Look at this, here we go. So, obviously I'm charging up a crap load of stuff. I mean, we're pulling in the power. Once these battery chargers take over. And stop pulling. It's the first time I've run out of power in a while. That was, well, right as dusk, or dawn was coming. What does a large battery take or give for, wait, wow. Okay, so am I pulling... I must be pulling information off of the batteries that I'm attached to. Fascinating. We're pulling a little bit of power there, not much. This over here is actually only pulling 150. That's literally the centrifuge in the IC-10. Over here, we're not even pulling a kilowatt. Obviously, the AC upstairs, which well, I'd have to look at the big line. That'll pull a little bit. And then here, 400 watts. This guy over here, really not pulling all that much. Until, you know, these kick on and off, whatever. Fascinating. 120. Console's 50. The doors themselves are 20. So 120 watts in the airlocks. How about you? 1 kilowatt. Oh. Okay. All right. One minor adjustment here before we're done. We're going to set these. Load match. So we're going to load R15 from the production machine. And we're going to leave on it. Set batch to hash structure console console monitor. Name hash machine name on is going to equate to R15. Bam. I'd say if the thing's off, then it doesn't matter, right? Then we're also going to set batch name hash structure diode. Name hash machine name on is also going to equal to R15. And that right there should save me a boatload of energy. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. And you're fine. Okay, so how much did that just save me? I pulled 300 watts off. And so there's always going to be 100 watts pulling from the ICs. So 150 with that. Okay, air conditioner, we're going to make it 160. The always on light is going to make it 210. And then just all the other lights. Okay. There we go. So basically 210 when I'm not, or what, yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright. It's exciting. It's exciting. Okay. Just for funsies. Right. Oh yeah, we looked at that. So, how are we doing atmospheric wise? We're still 60 degrees, but we're cooling down. So got 14 liters over here. Now this is slowing down. Must be getting close to the target. You're not evaporating anymore? It's all in liquid form, I guess. I guess at that temperature, that makes sense. Oh yeah, this temperature's way down, so perfect. Okay, looking pretty good. And at some point, yeah, we can start. Oh, yeah. Before I forget, we're gonna go in here and kind of wrap up anyway. But I wanted to look at the atmospheric composition in here and figure out kind of what we need as a baseline for. Okay, so we have for this, we're running out of nitrogen. You'll be okay for now. So we got we're just going to say 110 O2 per cube per frame. And we've got approximately 100 mole of CO2 per frame. Okay. So that means for essentially 6 ice. Well, let's see. Basically 200 mole. I think 200. We could get away with less. Yeah, 25, 4, 5. Okay, so 8 ice would do a frame. So obviously, we're not going to get there. Even if we bought all his ice, a stack will do 10 frames. And that production room alone is, it's like 12 deep, 2 high, 5 wide. I think that's what it was. I think it's more than 12 deep. Just for calculation, I'm going to say it's 15 deep. So we need that's 150 frame, and what did I say? 8 ice per cube, so we would need 1,200 ice to bring that atmospheric pressure up to where we are today. So that's not quite doable, but we made some big progress today. Absolutely. So I think we'll go ahead and call her there for the night, and we will go from that point. So we probably touch on the production machines again, read the missing reagents, and also be able to write additional orders to them, which actually that one probably it matters more. Well, they both kind of matter, but for what we want to do right now, writing the additional orders is more important. Then reading the missing reagents will help us if we implement a furnace system. So, but yeah, so we made her there. Absolutely. So, and with that, I would like to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you next time.